And welcome to the Ruby Tuesday. My name is Ruben, and this is my review for Kid Cosmic Season 2. This is a non-spoiler review, so don't worry about that. I will be doing a separate ending explained video, so look out for that. But for now, let's jump into Kid Cosmic Season 2. So Jo has to look after the team and learn what it means to be a hero. At the same time, she needs to learn what it means to be a leader in these 8 episodes. So it's shorter than the first season, 8 episodes, 20 minutes-ish a piece. It feels very much similar to the first one, where we've had our heroes become a team, more get added on. The first season really was about Jo and Kid Cosmic, or Kid as they call it, and as we gathered more information about the cosmic stones. The end of season 1, we found our whole town, well, the little town that it was with the restaurant, being shoved up into space to basically survive the coming doom, which now we know is a planet destroyer. You're going to find very similarities to some of the Marvel films, some reminiscence of Thanos and Galactus. If you're like a deep comic lore fan, there'll definitely be things that you recognize that seem to hark to similarities, but it definitely does do its own thing as well, which is great. The stones are really the main focus of the adventures that they have, and every episode seems to be an adventure of trying to find a stone or two, and along the way the team have to learn what it means to be a team. Jo is really the focus rather than the kid being the focus, with the stones around him. The voice work, as usual, I think was fantastic. They've done a really great job of picking the right people for the characters that they want to be portrayed on screen. At the same time, there is often one actor playing 4 different voices, which is fantastic. The bad guy, particularly in this one, I think is brilliant. Is reminds me of Thanos, but like in a comedic way. Pretty funny. Lives with his mom, sort of bad guy, but has galactic impressions. He wants to take over the universe, and you know, that kind of doom and gloom, but it's funny at the same time. It's very quirky. It sticks the landing in season 2, although I don't think I enjoyed it as much as I did season 1. That's not because it's not as good, that's just because the surprise isn't there. You know, when you get something fresh and new, I feel like now that we know what's going on, even though this adventure is in space, you kind of know what to expect. I still enjoyed it immensely as a 40-year-old dude, but I know that the demographic is for young kids, but it's also a family-orientated show. So there's adult jokes in there, not like as in rude adult jokes, but just stuff that adults are going to get more, and then there's going to be stuff that kids are really going to enjoy. So all in all, it does feel like it's orientated as a family watch. If you love animation and you love these sort of superhero stories with themes of what you're going to learn, something like the moral of the story, it definitely has that. I love the way the animation is shaped as well. Every episode feels like almost an individual comic. It's even framed that way. At the end, it's always talking Kid Cosmic and the adventure of whatever the episode is called. And so I thought that was a nice little touch, and there's this ties in that makes you feel like it's taken from a comic and put onto screen. And so visually the colors are there, saturated, sometimes a little high, but exactly the way it needs to be. It's interesting the way the stones are used in this series as well. It gives our characters that haven't had powers yet something to do. It kind of gives them a little bit more background, gives them a little bit more weight in the story. At the same time, our focus is still on Kid Cosmic and Jo. Jo really is the focus, and I like what she has to learn. You should know that this series has already been picked up for season 3, so if you're wondering when we get to that end 8 episode, like, well, what now, what's going to happen? Don't worry, they've got a plan, and I'll be explaining about that in my ending explained. Suffice to say, I liked where it went. It was definitely guessable. So you kind of knew what was going to happen, how it was going to shape. I didn't know exactly, which was I was really happy about, like the last couple of episodes, how they were going to survive it, because it does feel like there's no ways they're going to survive. You know, the writers have something planned, and you can guess where it's going to end, but you're not sure how they're going to get there, which is great. If it can keep you guessing, and we've seen so much, when they do it, you're like, oh, of course, that makes sense. Ties in nicely to kind of some of the characteristics and the themes that they were trying to teach you along the way, teach the group as well. All in all, a lot of the characters learn stuff along the way. You get to see some really fun action sequences used by the Stones, used different themes as well, and then kind of sticks the landing with what it had in the first season. So I'm going to give this an A. Let me know in the comments below what you thought about this season. Thanks so much for watching, but most of all, until next time, remember, live long and Tuesday.